So you want to kill the Shellbane Gryphon. What is it? Where is it? And how the hell do you kill it? Let's have a look. So to begin with, the Shellbane Gryphon is a Slayer boss, which becomes available after you complete the Troubled Tortugas quest. I'll show the requirements you need to complete that quest on screen now. The final boss of that quest is actually the Shellbane Gryphon, so you will get a little bit of experience fighting it anyway. But you will have some help from some other Tortugans, so it won't be the same as fighting the Slayer boss on its own afterwards. Now, for your gear setup, you want to be wearing the best possible defensive and melee bonus gear that you've got. So here, obviously, I'm wearing the Slayer helmet. It is a Slayer boss, so that'll be a given anyway for the bonuses she gives you. Then I've got the Amulet of Fury, full bandos, some Guardian boots, some Barrow's gloves, the Berserker ring, the Dragonfire shield for defense, and an Abyssal whip, alongside the Tortugan shield. Now, the Tortugan shield is important because if you're not wearing it, you will take extra damage from the Shellbane Gryphon's attacks. If you accidentally got rid of your Tortugan shield after the Troubled Tortugas mission, you can actually go here on the map to the sword shop and you can buy a new one back for 2,500 coins. You can kill the Shellbane Gryphon using either magic or ranged, but it's not really recommended as it has lower melee defense for both sets, plus you can't use an Ava's because you have to have the Tortugan shield, and it has a rather high magic defense. One more thing to note before you go to the Shellbane Gryphon is make sure that your equipped weight with nothing else in your inventory is over 45 kilograms. Now, this will prevent instant damage from one of the Shellbane Gryphon's special attacks where it knocks you back. If you are wearing over 45 kilograms worth of gear, then it won't be able to knock you back and you get a chance of counter attack. For your inventory, just bring a full inventory of high healing food. You can probably do quite a few runs with a full inventory of sharks that I've got here. After you finish the Troubled Tortugas quest, you don't return to where you first fought the Shellbane Gryphon. Instead, it is in the cave where you fought one earlier on in the quest on the Great Conch. Now, to get there, one of the easiest ways is via the fairy ring CJQ as seen here, and you just go north. Just south of the fairy ring is a agility shortcut for level 50, and just below that is the bank, so it's easy here just to run south, get some more food when you're done, and then run back north. Something I should have mentioned earlier with the gear is what weapon to use. You can see I'm using the Abyssal Whip. Now, the Gryphon actually has plus 10 to its stab defense, plus 20 to slash, and then much higher for the rest. I will put its stats on screen now. I'm using the whip because of its quicker attack speed than some other weapons. A Grazi Rapier would be quite a good option here because of its low stab defense. Any other weapon that you've got that's a decent speed, high stab or slash will do the trick. Now, one of the Gryphon's special attacks is an acidic spit that you'll see here. If you don't move out the way of it, as you'll see, you will start to take corrosion damage of about 3 every couple of ticks. This will happen up until anywhere between 12 to 15 damage has gone through, so it's not the most damaging attack, but it can be a bit annoying just like poison. If you want to remove the status effect quicker, as long as you've got the inventory space, remove everything you have equipped and re-equip it, and that will remove the debuff quicker. Another one of its special attacks is its whirlwinds. As you'll see here, it flaps its wings once and small whirlwinds will start to appear wherever you're standing. 5 of them will appear over the next 5 seconds. Moving tiles will make them appear wherever you're standing. These do compound on each other. As you will see, there's 2 here that are bigger than the one below it. That is 2 whirlwinds compounded into 1. If you're standing in the whirlwind, you will take damage depending on the size of it. A 1 size will give you 2 to 3 damage every tick, 2, 5 to 6, increasing onwards. Now, you won't take damage as they start to generate, so don't be afraid if one of them's starting to form underneath you. The tick damage only starts after all 5 of them are on screen, and then they turn into the thicker white whirlwinds that you'll see below here. If you stand in place while the whirlwinds are forming, they will form into a larger whirlwind. As you can see here, I think I allow 4 to join together. Now, the max you want to ever let join are 4, because when a whirlwind finishes the 15-second timer, it will deal 1 final burst of damage. The radius this damage is in depends on the size of the hurricane, so a tier 4 there will deal damage within a 3 tile radius, so make sure you move away from the whirlwinds after they've formed. If you allow all 5 to form on the one area to be tier 5, this will affect the entire cave and hit you up to 50 damage, so make sure you don't let all 5 join and make sure you move away from any whirlwind that do form. Now, I mentioned earlier you need to make sure you've got an equipped weight of at least 45 kilograms. That is because of the Shellbane Gryphon's final special attack it can do, where it attempts to pick you up and throw you backwards. If you have an equipped weight of below 45, this will throw you back quite a few tiles and damage you for up to 30 damage. If, however, you have over 45 kilograms, it will temporarily stun the Gryphon and they will not be able to pick you up. When this happens, you need to quickly click to attack the Gryphon, and you will do a counter attack where you can attack twice in quick succession. This can lead to dealing quite a bit of damage. If you miss this timer, however, the Gryphon recovers and will then hit you and knock you back anyway, no matter your carry weight, dealing the approximately 30 damage. So you managed to kill one. Well done. What do you get? So, guaranteed, big bones and some Gryphon feathers, which are used to recharge the Horn of Plenty. You get a couple of bits of food, none of it that's amazing, none of it is cooked. A couple of weapon rolls, so you can get rune claws, rune scimitar, some adamant cannonballs or rune cannonballs, decent little money makers if you want, or if you have some alking runes with you. Some very bad seeds, to be fair, leave them on the ground. Some herbs, so you can have a herb stack with you, but they don't have a very good drop rate anyway. The main things that people want when killing this is rather the pet, Gull, which I'll put on screen. Such a cutie. It's one of my favourites I really want to get, to be fair. So I'm going to be killing this Gryphon as much as I can. You can actually upgrade Gull into Gulliver if you feed it 50 food, which is just as cute and is a mini Shellbane Gryphon. Lovely. The main thing people will want, however, as a drop is the Tarnished Bell's Folly. This is a brand new weapon that requires 65 attack to wield. I will put its stats up on the screen now. Now, you get the tarnished version, which you can take to the polishing wheel at the Giant's Foundry. This requires 70 smithing and completion of the Sleeping Giant's quest, of course. It essentially is the stab equivalent of the zombie axe. It's actually the best in slot one-handed weapon for stab and slash melee defense as well, so it's a really good weapon for tanking. It seems to be quite good. The price has gone up and down, varying from being only a couple of $100,000 to being 2.4 mil, so it's quite a good investment if this is something you want to go and grind out. So there we have it. That's the Shellbane Gryphon. Quite a good little addition. Nice little boss added with the sailing update. And good luck with getting your drops. The Tarnished Bell's Folly drop rate is only 1 in 400, which is better than some other million GP drops from some other Slayer bosses. So go for it. All the best, and I'll see you in the next one.